What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Now today we're going to be talking about Ilya Kovalchuk and the Los Angeles Kings and the situation that might be going on there. So basically the whole basis of this video is if Ilya Kovalchuk is even going to be on the LA Kings next year, if something's going to happen with this, will there be a trade in the summer? Do teams want Kovalchuk? I don't know. We're going to look into all of that, but this kind of started when Twitter and the NHL.com, Sportsnet, TSN, like all those websites, not the NHL, but NHL.com, had all these articles out talking about Kovalchuk. Now, the one that I wanted to discuss the most was, there was a couple articles actually, I should say. Sportsnet posted a headline that said, Kings Kovalchuk, I don't have a chance playing under coach Willie Desjardins. So, basically, it states in this article that he's been a healthy scratch at some points this season. At one point, he was out of the lineup for twice in a matter of 3 games. And he said in an interview with The Athletic that it was horrible. He said it's the worst, but Desjardins didn't play young guys. He plays 7 defensemen. That's his new strategy. So basically what's said in here was that instead of the Kings scratching Kovalchuk and maybe bringing a new guy in to play some ice time to see what their value is, he was just playing 7 defensemen, wasn't giving any young guys a chance. So Kovalchuk was just out of the lineup. Willie Desjardins did not want Kovalchuk in the lineup. So basically he said in here, what can you do? That's his decision, and he's the head coach. 10 more games. What else can we do? Well, again, this was a little while ago, so there's not 10 games left, but just practice hard and show the young kids that things can happen to anybody. You just have to keep going. That's what Kovalchuk said. So anyways, there's also some other stats here where Kovalchuk is talking about, well, people are talking about Kovalchuk's production and the Kings' record. So basically, to give you guys an idea, Kovalchuk is 36 years old, and he returned to the NHL this past year, which was one of the bigger, stories, I guess you could say, that happened in the NHL. He signed a 3-year deal with the Kings that was worth $18.75 million, and he anticipated that he'd be playing with Anze Kopitar, and he got some time there, but they didn't actually stick. And this is something else that Kovalchuk talked about. He said he played a few games with Kopi, and they did well. They scored all 5 games, and then Desjardins decided to change the lineups, and they never played together again. That's the way he sees the situation. Like I said, he's the head coach, and he's responsible for the results. So Kopitar was brought in, and a lot of people thought that the Kings might be a little better than they were the previous season. But of course, we do know they did not play very good this season. They're quite bad, actually, and are going to be a lottery pick team. And Kovalchuk expected to play with Kopitar. He got a pretty significant contract. He wanted to play with the better players on the Kings, and it just didn't happen. They played a little bit together. They had a little bit of success, but Desjardins didn't like it. I guess the situation between the two of them is not very good. So Kovalchuk just recently as well did not make a trip, 3-game Western Canada road trip. This was an article that was posted on the 25th, and it's currently Wednesday, March 27th. So he didn't make the trip. Began on Monday in Calgary. And Kovalchuk stayed behind, I guess, to work with skill and development staff, as he would be unable to do so on the road due to a lack of practice days. Assuming he doesn't join the team Tuesday in Edmonton, which I guess he didn't, or Thursday in Vancouver, Kovalchuk's next chance to suit up should come in Saturday's home tilt against the Blackhawks. So we'll have to see what happens there. Kings fans, let me know what you think about this situation. But if we're looking at the points right now, for the LA Kings, Kopitar leads the way with 56. Dustin Brown has 48. Doughty has 42. Iafallo has 32. Toffoli has 32. And Kovalchuk has 31. So he's doing okay. Carter's also tied with him with 31. And Kovalchuk's played 10 less games than Carter and has the same amount of points. So he's actually doing a pretty decent job this season. Not worth maybe the contract that he received. And looking at LA's cap friendly, it looks like they do have some contracts that they're going to need to sign, but they should have between $8 to $10 million in cap space, and maybe more depending on what they do. But Kovalchuk's contract is I guess you could say quite big. I mean, he's getting paid $6.25, and if he's a guy that's going to be healthy scratch, that's not a good situation. And for a guy like him to have 31 points in 60 games. You expect more out of him, but you also expect that he's going to be playing with better players. So LA Kings fans, let me know. Do you think that maybe he just needs more playing time with Kopitar, playing with better players and getting minutes there? And again, let's also keep in mind that the Kings are not a very good team this year. When your leading scorer has 56 points, you're probably not in a great spot. And you know, you expect better from Doughty this year. Dustin Brown actually had a pretty good year, to be honest with you. But looking at all their top scorers, they're all like really bad minus players. And again, Kopitar's a good two-way player. So I'm not saying he's bad defensively. It's just when your whole team isn't that great, you're probably not going to have a good chance of being a plus player. And that was the Kings this year. So Kovalchuk, this is a weird situation. He still has 2 years left on his contract, so we'll have to see what the Kings and Kovalchuk want to do here, because if he's not getting along with the coach and he's being vocal about it, and the coach is just putting him in the press box being a $6 million player and not even to play the younger talent. We do know Grundstrom came up and he's done well. I think he has 4 goals now for the Kings, 4 or 5, former Leaf prospect. I really did like him. But if they're not playing a lot of young guys, calling guys up to play, and you're just running 7 defensemen, I mean, Kovalchuk and maybe even some of the players might not be too impressed. Like, they want to get points too, and if Kovalchuk can help them, then, I mean, you probably want a guy like that in the lineup. I honestly think that this summer they're going to have to make a decision, because if it's not working out, they're going to have to move on from each other. And with that size of a contract, I think the Kings would probably not want him sitting in the press box. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. The videos will be back down here, so that way it's a better setup, better audio, better video, better lighting, better everything, more consistency coming to the channel. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and click the notification bell to be notified for every time I upload. And I do appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.